Hey, what's going on, guys? And today I'm going to be doing a Rocket League tutorial. I'm going to be showing you some of the basic stuff that I've learned throughout my time playing Rocket League, and just some of the stuff that you'd need to know just to be decent at Rocket League. So, depending on your rank, you'll want to learn different things. Right now, I'm going to be showing you like Diamond to Champ things because that I feel is the most average range of ranks. But if you want a part 2 of like different mechanics and such, then I will do that happily. So the first thing I'd like to show you is speed flipping. It's basically just this, and how I'm doing this is I'm holding down drive, boost, and then pointing my joystick diagonally and then flicking, and that is basically that entire mechanic. It's barely really anything. Next thing I'm going to be showing you is half flips. Now these are useful for just getting around the map. Now first thing you need to know how to do is flip cancel. So you want to flick and then halfway through point your joystick up, right? It really is just like if you're backing up. And then, of course, you want to use boost while doing this as well. So I'm not that great at half flips, but I do know the actual mechanic to it. Next up, what I want to show you is how to aerial and do some basic aerial stuff. So just to get a basic air dribble, you want to drive it into the wall. Take a little bit of a stop just before it hits the wall, and then hit it just as it reaches right there. And then you just want to go up with it. And then you can do a lot of things with that. But right now I'm going to be showing you ceiling shots. And all the things that you can do with that. So this one, you do still want to stop before. Then you just want to kind of power through the ball more. And tilt your car so all four wheels land on the ceiling perfectly. Yeah, once you get the ceiling shot, there's a few things that you can do with it. The best thing to do with it is like a scoop shot, to where you keep your car upside down. I messed it up there because you don't want to hit the ball too hard flying into the ceiling. And then it's a scoop, but basically here I'll show you. Can't. It's that basically, and so you're upside down, and then you move your joystick up, and then you like flick, and then it kind of scoops your car, and you hit the ball at the perfect point of impact. Yeah, I'm not really getting the ceiling shot right, but if I was, that's pretty much perfect. It does take a lot of practice though, of course. And you can also just turn this ceiling shot into a ground pinch, which is one of my favorite things to do with it. It's really feels good just to hit a really good one. So for this, what you're going to want to do is hit the ball even less. Like, you want to drive it and just kind of tap it and then boost up to where you're at the ceiling. Then you want to drive the ball straight into the ground. Then there's a very specific way that you want to flick, and it's hard to explain, so I'm just going to try to show you. It's upside down and then flick as it hits the floor, and it gets the most speed. You can get like 150 kph with this. The next thing I want to show you guys is how to flip reset. Now this is definitely a more complicated mechanic that it takes a lot of learning and a lot of warm-up. So I may not be great at them right off the bat, since this is my first like time today doing it. Basically what you want to do is, it's the exact same line for like an aerial or a ceiling shot. You don't want to hit it as hard, really, because you want it to be controlled, and then it's hard to explain, so you drive it up the wall, you do that, and then you air roll, and then you just kind of boost until all 4 wheels land on the ball. And a lot of that is also just like good control of your car and timing. Now there is a very specific point where you want to hit a ball. It's right at its peak, right before it comes down. The next thing I want to show you is sealing musties. These are a lot more difficult, but very fun. I just basically did it, but you had to do that more on goal, obviously. Musties are really difficult, but basically what you have to do is spin all the way around and then flick as you hit the ball. And it's just a lot of timing, and you have to flick just as your car is facing right here, so you get the full musty. The next thing I want to show you guys is just flicks in general that you should know at diamond level. I mean, of course you should know how to dribble it all the way across the map whenever you want, so that shouldn't be the problem. But the difficult thing is learning how to actually flick. So first of all, I'll be showing you a 45-degree flick, which starts with you turning your car 45 degrees, which is midway between straight ahead and sideways. You want to turn it just kind of diagonally and then flick, and then you can get some real power with those. Also, you can turn it sideways for a 90-degree flick. These are a little more difficult and a little more subjective to when you want to use them, but next up I'll be showing you ground musties, which really are not difficult. They're really just basic shots, so I'll be showing you here. You want to first of all hit the ball and get some air, then hit it again while you're doing the 360 that I told you about, and then you should be lined up pretty perfectly for the musty. It doesn't actually have to stay up, it could bounce. The next one is a breezy flick, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know how to do this one fully. I know what you have to do is, if you have right air roll, you want to hold that down while pulling your joystick left, so it kind of does that type of thing. And when you see the bottom of your car, you want to stop air rolling but continue turning left. So it's like something like that. When you do it, you should just be able to land pretty much on your roof like that. A lot of people don't learn this to like GC and high champ, so this is definitely not something that you'd need to learn right now, but it is something that is cool if you know how to do it every once in a while. Definitely not a requirement by any means. Next up, I'll just be showing you kind of air rolling stuff that you can do to practice air rolls. Something like rings maps. Rings maps, they're the best. They just help you practice aiming through the hoop and just actually consistency as well. Kind of aiming your car to the right spot. You want to know what every button does. So with this, you want to know what happens with right air roll. You want to know what happens if you hold left. You want to know what happens if you go forward. What happens if you aim back. What happens if you aim forward. All the different movements, the diagonals, the all, like, just every single one that you can use. You want to know and almost memorize even what they do and how they act, so you can really just consistently use air roll without just kind of failing. One thing I'd like to mention is if you're air rolling, leaning back while your car is like here will make your car lean back. So even though it may seem like it'll do this, doing that does make your car go that way. And if it's like And if your car's like this, obviously leaning forward will do the opposite. If you really just want to learn air roll, what you can do is just spin your joystick in a circle and you will get air. But it definitely is not the most efficient way. Even though it keeps you in a pretty straight line with air roll, but it definitely is not the best way. Wave dashing is next. This is really easy and pretty important if you want to traverse the map pretty quick. I find myself using it a lot in game. And this, basically all you do is, yeah, you can't get off track, so you can't jump too quickly after you land, but you want to lean back, and then as the front of your car is coming down, you want to lean back and then flick forward, you know. And you want to make sure you flick at the right time so your car just lands perfectly and you get the flick. You don't want to do what I'm doing right now. Yeah, you want to kind of do it like that. And then if you do it over and over, you can pretty much traverse the map instantly without any boost. And there are ways to stop. You just do a diagonal flick instead of a forward flick. Or flick too early, like I just did. That's another way to stop. I want to test how many wave dashes it actually takes to get from one goal to the other, so let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wave dashes to get from one goal to the other goal. Next up, I'm going to be showing you ground air dribbles, which really are one of the easiest things. Even though they might look complicated when someone hits them in game, all you really do is get it on top of your car, double jump, and then go up with it, you know. Air roll usually makes some more scared, and honestly, I don't know how to do it without air roll. But if you do it kind of like that, you can pretty easily get up. Double jump, air roll, and make sure to control it on top of your car. Another thing that's good is after you double jump, kind of tilt up. Just remember that. Almost instantly, because you can also get a third touch really easily. A third touch. But if you want a really good training pack for all different types of flicks, definitely go into this Musty Flick training pack, because then you can just get it on top of your car really easily, and you can flick it really high, really easily. Even just like going up with it and then catching it to throw them off, you know. Always, it's about mind games in Rocket League. This is also really good for obviously musty flicks, because you kind of get the perfect runway here. And it's no bounce from half court. It's kind of a challenge. You just have to get good. The best thing to do is kind of get a little bit offline almost, and then flick, so it again throws them off. But really, this is about flicks and having fun. Rocket League's just not just about being good. You can do some things even if you're not supposed to learn them yet. You're just like, hey, that looks like it would be fun, then do it. This video is all about what things that you could learn to get good quick, kinda. It's some of the things that you need to be a little bit better than your teammates. And if you know all of these things, I recommend you learn at least 4. But realistically, just learn some of these things, 4, 5 of these things. Be a little bit better than your teammates. Definitely learn half flipping, speed flipping, and 45-degree flicks. That's what I feel like I use most in match. Flicks in general. I don't have much more to talk about, so I think I'm going to be ending the video here. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button in the face, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, if you guys want to see a part 2 or some other sort of tutorials in Rocket League or any other game, make sure to comment down below what game and what tutorial. Alright, see you guys.